Okay, so we are on chapter 3 of book 10, Ghost Town at Sundown. At the end of chapter 2, they heard the piano playing, and we made some predictions of who was playing the piano. Some of you said Morgan, some said Merlin, someone said a tree was blowing around. I think that was Dylan. We had a lot of great predictions. So we're going to find that out now. Chapter 3 is called The Player Piano. Outside the sand, outside the sad tune played on. It's coming from there, said Annie. She crept toward she crept toward a building that had a sign with the word hotel on it. Jack limped after her. Annie slowly pushed open a swinging door. They peeked inside. The fading daylight lit a piano in the corner of the room. The keys were moving up and down, but no one was there. Yikes, whispered Annie. A ghost playing the piano! Suddenly, the keys were still. The air got very cold. No, no way, said Jack. There's no such thing as a ghost. We saw one in ancient Egypt, whispered Annie. Yeah, but that was ancient Egypt, said Jack. Even so, his heart raced. I'll look it up. Jack pulled out the Wild West book. He found a picture of a piano. He read aloud. Player pianos were popular in the Old West. The piano played automatically when someone pumped its floor pedals. Later, with the help of electricity, the piano played all by itself. Someone made the prediction that it was playing by itself also. Whew! Jack closed the book. I knew there was an answer, he said. It must be electric. And somehow it came on. I didn't know they had electricity in the Wild West, said Annie. They didn't, said Jack. He looked at Annie. Oh man, let's get out of here, he said. Oh man, they didn't have electricity in the Wild West. So how is the piano playing if they had no electricity? That's why they ran out. Jack and Annie backed out of the hotel. When they got outside, they heard another sound. Horse hooves thumping against the hard ground. We're going to make a piano and we are going to make a horse. A cloud of dust seemed to be moving toward the town. As it got closer, Jack saw three riders. They were herding a small band of horses. Hide, Jack said. Where? Said Annie. Jack looked around wildly. He saw two barrels outside the hotel. There, he said. Jack and Annie hurried to the empty barrels. Jack climbed inside one and tried to scrunch down. His hat wouldn't fit. He jumped out of the barrel and threw his hat into the hotel. Mine too, said Annie. Jack grabbed hers and threw it. Then he scrambled back into the barrel, just in time. Jack heard the horses thunder into town. He peeked through a crack in the barrel and saw a blur of cowboys and horses go by. Whoa! 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 Men shouted. Jack heard the horses come to a halt. They stamped and snorted. All he could see were shadows through the crack. Dust covered Jack. He had to sneeze. He pinched his nose. The creek bed must have dried up, a cowboy yelled. This town's a ghost. Yup, it gives me the shivers, said another. Let's camp over the rise. Jack really had to sneeze now. He pinched his nose tighter, but he couldn't stop the sneeze. He let out a choked achoo. What was that? Someone said. Just then, a loud whining split the air. Jack saw a beautiful horse rear up. She had no rider or saddle, just a rope around her neck. She was as red as the sunset and had a wild black mane and a white star above her eyes. We can't keep fighting this one, boss, a cowboy yelled. Yup, she wants her colt, another said. We shouldn't have left it behind. So see all they're hiding in the barrel, Jack and Annie, and then the horses are here. This horse here keeps running away from them because it wants its baby. So the men on the horses, I don't know what they're going to do with it. They left the baby behind, and they said it was because he was too slow. A growling voice said, "We'll sell her when we cross the border." That's terrible, thought Jack. He knew Annie must be upset too. He just hoped that she wouldn't jump out of her barrel. But the cowboys pulled the red horse away. The ground rang from the pounding of hooves, and they galloped off. Jack and Annie stood up. They watched the riders disappear into the dust. The pounding faded away. All was quiet again, except for the lazy buzzing of flies. They were they were mean to that horse, Annie said in a low, angry voice. I know, but there was nothing we could do, said Jack. His boots were killing him. He climbed out of his barrel. Man, I have to get these off, he said. Jack sat down on the porch of the hotel. He grabbed the foot of one boot and pulled. Jack and Annie. I Jack, said Annie, I think there is something we can do. What? Jack looked up. The small horse was running down the road. He was as red as the wild mother's horse. He had the same black mane and a white star above his eyes. A rope was around his neck. He looked very lost. And our prediction today is going to be, what are they going to do with the baby horse? Okay, so when you make the horse, make sure you have the white star on his forehead too. What are they going to do with the baby horse? My prediction is they will bring the baby horse back to its mom. Okay, so let's see. They will bring the baby horse back. They will bring the baby horse back. Period. They, H, will, W, ill, l at the end. They will bring, b, bring, g, G, bring the baby horse back. The, we should all know that. E, H, E, baby, b, B, horse, H, back, b, back, back. Let's read it again. They will bring the baby horse back. That is my prediction. What will your prediction be?